Welcome back, coin lovers! In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins as we uncover the 6 most valuable and rare United States Mercury 1 dime coins. These aren't just ordinary dimes. They're miniature masterpieces with unimaginable worth that could change your fortune overnight. So grab your old coin jars, check those family keepsakes, and get ready to discover if you might be holding one of these incredible treasures. First up in the so-called bicentennial rare United States Mercury 1 dime coin from 1916. This remarkable coin, often mistaken for just another dime, represents history, craftsmanship, and fortune all in one tiny package. With its timeless design and deep-rooted symbolism, it has captivated collectors for over a century. For anyone holding on to an old dime that matches this description, the possibilities are staggering. It might not just be a piece of pocket change, but a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. The obverse, front of this coin, features a striking portrait of liberty, which many confuse with the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. In reality, this portrait depicts Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Around the portrait are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date 1916. This side of the coin echoes the artistic ideals of the early 20th century, when even small denominations were treated as miniature works of art. The details on this coin, the wings, the flowing hair, the bold lettering, make it instantly recognizable and infinitely desirable to collectors. On the reverse, back of the coin, the artistry continues. Here stands a fasces, a bundle of rods tied together with an X in the center, representing unity and strength, flanked by a wreath of olive branches, symbolizing peace. Around the edge are the inscriptions United States of America, 1 dime, and the motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one. These powerful symbols reflect the ideals of a young, strong America, balancing liberty, peace, and readiness. This rich combination of meaning and detail elevates the coin far beyond its tiny face value of 10 cents. What makes the 1916 Mercury dime so legendary is not just its design, but its rarity and the myths surrounding it. Coins from the early 1900s, especially those minted in limited quantities or under unique conditions, are now prized by collectors worldwide. A well-preserved or even moderately worn 1916 Mercury dime can command astonishing sums on the market. For certain rare versions, especially those with unique mint marks or errors, the value can soar into the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, far beyond the imagination of anyone who once spent it on a loaf of bread. This coin has become wrapped in stories of luck and sudden wealth. Many collectors and casual coin enthusiasts alike dream of finding a 1916 Mercury dime hidden away in a jar of change or tucked into an old family keepsake. The thought that such a small, unassuming coin could transform someone's financial life overnight adds to its mystique. It is said that the most desirable examples of this coin, those in pristine condition or with rare features, can fetch prices that would make you feel like you won the lottery. Beyond its rarity, the coin's symbolism has made it a cultural icon. The olive branch represents peace, the fasces unity and readiness, and the winged cap of liberty embodies freedom of thought. Together, these elements are a timeless reminder of the ideals America stood for in the early 20th century. Collectors are not just buying silver, they are acquiring a piece of history and an emblem of a nation's values. The combination of artistic brilliance and historical depth gives the coin an almost mystical aura of value. Because of this coin's scarcity, counterfeits have also emerged over the years, which has only added to its legend. Genuine examples are carefully authenticated by professionals and often sealed in protective cases. This ensures that their historical and monetary value is preserved for generations to come. Those who are lucky enough to own one of these coins often treat it not just as an investment, but as a cherished heirloom, a symbol of how something so small can carry such enormous significance. Today's market for rare U.S. coins is stronger than ever, and the 1916 Mercury dime remains a crown jewel. With global interest in collectible coins growing, its value has reached levels unthinkable when it was first minted. For collectors, investors, or even casual hobbyists, the message is clear. If you have an old dime that looks like this in your possession, do not spend it. Its true worth could be life-changing. Stories circulate constantly of ordinary people discovering such coins in their change, inheriting them, or stumbling upon them in old piggy banks, instantly turning their fortunes around. The so-called bicentennial nickname associated with rare U.S. dimes reflects the sense of celebration and national pride surrounding these coins. Though the 1916 Mercury dime predates America's official bicentennial by decades, collectors have dubbed it a bicentennial treasure because of its symbolic power and enduring popularity. This powerful branding only increases its allure, making it sound even more special, like a hidden key to wealth from America's past. In conclusion, the 1916 Mercury dime is not just a coin. It is a legend, a work of art, and potentially a golden ticket to a new life. From its intricate designs of liberty, peace, and unity, to its enduring rarity and skyrocketing market value, this dime proves that sometimes the smallest objects can carry the biggest impact. If you happen to own one of these old U.S. coins, don't underestimate it. It could be worth a fortune, perhaps even millions of dollars. This is more than pocket change. It's a symbol of opportunity, history, and unimaginable wealth waiting to be rediscovered.
Next up in the bicentennial rare Mercury, one dime from 1917. This small yet powerful piece of history is more than just a dime. It's a symbol of artistry, rarity, and fortune. Imagine holding a coin that could change your life overnight. A piece of metal from over a century ago that collectors today would pay staggering sums to own. The design itself tells a story. On the obverse, or the front of this extraordinary dime, stands the bold portrait of Roosevelt facing left, the 32nd President of the United States, whose leadership shaped an era. Above his noble profile runs the proud word, liberty, and just below rests the famous American motto, "In God we trust." Together, these inscriptions transform the coin from a mere currency into a living emblem of American history, patriotism, and trust. Turn the coin over and you're greeted by a masterpiece of symbolism. Wings spread wide. An eagle stands poised on a shaft of arrows with a wreath of 2 olive sprays beneath, a breathtaking image of power and peace. This is not just decoration. Each element on the reverse carries deep meaning. The arrows symbolize strength and readiness. The olive branches embody peace and harmony, while the eagle represents freedom and vigilance. This combination makes the coin a miniature work of art, one that tells America's story in metal. Surrounding this majestic scene are the powerful words, United States of America, along with E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one. It's a motto that still defines America today. These inscriptions, combined with the coin's delicate yet bold imagery, turn the 1917 Mercury one dime into a masterpiece of design and a snapshot of its time. When you hold one of these coins, you're holding not only money but also an artifact of America's soul. Adding to the coin's mystery is its bicentennial rarity. These dimes are not like the ordinary coins we handle every day. They were minted in limited numbers, making survivors from 1917 incredibly scarce, and that scarcity drives their value sky high. The combination of age, symbolism, and limited mintage has made this coin one of the most coveted treasures among serious collectors. Stories abound of people finding one in old jars or hidden collections and selling it for eye-watering sums. What truly sets this coin apart, however, is its mythic status in today's market. Collectors, investors, and historians alike are on the hunt for pristine or even well-worn examples. Even those in less-than-perfect condition are fetching staggering amounts. Some believe these dimes hold the power to transform their owner's fortune overnight. While many coins lose their value over time, this one has only grown more desirable, representing not just a collectible, but a symbol of potential wealth. Consider the details of its artistry. Ahead of the motto, E pluribus unum, sits a unique trio of symbols, an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch. These are not random choices. They embody peace, liberty, and victory respectively. Together, They frame the coin's face value and elevate it beyond mere currency. Each strike of the die was a moment of craftsmanship, each minting a testament to a nation celebrating its ideals while unknowingly creating a future rarity. The 1917 Mercury 1 dime stands at the crossroads of history and legend. In an age when coins were still artfully crafted rather than mass-produced, it captured the hopes and dreams of a growing America. Today, those same hopes echo in the hearts of collectors who dream of finding one. In today's fast-moving coin market, where demand for rare U.S. coins is stronger than ever, owning one could indeed mean holding a fortune in your palm. Some examples of these rare coins have reportedly sold for thousands, even millions, of dollars, depending on their condition and unique minting details. For collectors, each coin is not just an object but a story, a history, and an investment rolled into one. The thought of a dime from 1917 turning someone into a millionaire overnight may sound like legend, but it reflects just how intensely these coins are pursued in today's auctions and private sales. The 1917 Mercury 1 dime carries an aura of mystery. Many collectors and historians believe that some of these coins were struck with subtle variations or experimental dies, making certain examples far rarer than others. These elusive varieties are like hidden treasures within an already valuable coin, commanding prices that ordinary collectors can only dream of. Each time one surfaces at auction, it sends shockwaves through the coin collecting community, igniting bidding wars and sparking new tales of fortunes made overnight. What makes this dime especially enchanting is the sense of discovery it inspires. People have found rare coins in the most unexpected places: an old cigar box in the attic, a forgotten piggy bank, or a relative's dusty collection. Imagine the thrill of realizing that a coin you've owned for years could be worth a small fortune. This is what keeps the legend of the 1917 Mercury 1 dime alive. The hope that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a piece of American history and a potential windfall all at once. It's a modern-day treasure hunt fueled by history, art, and rarity. In today's booming coin market, the demand for pieces like the 1917 Mercury 1 dime is stronger than ever. Collectors are increasingly willing to pay record-breaking prices for coins with impeccable details or unique historical significance. As awareness spreads through social media, auctions, and online marketplaces, more and more people are turning to their old coin collections, hoping to find a hidden gem. This growing fascination has only increased the coin's mystique and ensured that its value continues to rise. Owning one isn't just about money. It's about holding a living piece of history that embodies America's ideals of liberty, perseverance, and victory. So, before you spend that old jar of coins or toss aside that dirty dime you found in a box, take a closer look. That tiny piece of metal may not just be pocket change. It could be your ticket to a new life. Rare U.S. bicentennial coins like the 1917 Mercury 1 dime aren't just collectibles. They're opportunities, treasures, and relics of a grander past. And who knows? The next great coin story, the one about a person whose life was transformed overnight by a small but powerful dime, could be yours. Next up in the world of coin collecting, few treasures ignite as much excitement as the so-called bicentennial rare United States Mercury 1 dime from 1925D. This extraordinary coin, wrapped in the aura of history and mystery, is often described as a tiny piece of metal capable of carrying unimaginable wealth. Collectors and enthusiasts whisper about its rarity and staggering value in today's market. The mere mention of the 1925 D Mercury dime sparks curiosity among numismatists, antique investors, and even casual coin hobbyists who dream of stumbling upon one in an old piggy bank or family collection. This dime, though small in size, represents an era when craftsmanship and symbolism were at their peak. On the obverse, it shows Roosevelt facing left, honoring the 32nd President of the United States, framed by the timeless motto, "In God We Trust," and surrounded by the proud lettering Liberty. These inscriptions are more than just words. They are a testament to American ideals of faith and freedom during a period of national transformation and strength. The 1925 D mark at the base signals its Denver Mint origin, a detail that dramatically increases its rarity and desirability. Flip the coin over and you're greeted with a breathtaking reverse design. Wings spread, perched on a shaft of arrows, surrounded by a wreath composed of 2 olive sprays beneath the eagle. This imagery combines power and peace, suggesting America's readiness to defend liberty while striving for harmony. The surrounding inscriptions, United States of America, and the famous motto, E pluribus unum, tie this small piece of silver into the larger story of a unified nation built from many states, cultures, and dreams. What makes the 1925 D Mercury 1 dime truly compelling is not just its beauty, but its scarcity. Many dimes from this period were lost to circulation, melted down, or simply forgotten. Yet the few surviving examples, especially in decent condition, have become a glittering prize in the numismatic world. Even coins that show heavy wear can command high prices, while those in sharp, extra fine detail can spark bidding wars among collectors who understand just how rare such quality is. The symbolism on this coin goes even deeper. Ahead of the motto, E pluribus unum, sits an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch, symbols of peace, liberty, and victory. These emblems tell a story of a country balancing ideals with strength. To hold one of these dimes is to hold a miniature work of art that speaks to the hopes, struggles, and triumphs of a nation emerging into modern times. In today's feverish coin market, the 1925 D Mercury dime has been elevated to legendary status. Stories circulate of old shoeboxes and jars yielding forgotten dimes worth life-changing sums. While not every coin from this date carries $1 million price tag, the rarest examples, especially those with sharp strikes, full details, and minimal wear, can soar to prices that dwarf their face value. For serious collectors, even owning a lower-grade example of this issue feels like holding a fragment of American numismatic history. Because of its scarcity and the mythology that is built up around it, this dime has been nicknamed a bicentennial treasure by some enthusiasts, linking it to the broader excitement surrounding rare U.S. coins that surface from time to time. These dimes represent not just a collectible, but a potential fortune. As more people become aware of how valuable these old coins can be, competition to acquire them intensifies, driving prices even higher. Another factor fueling the frenzy is the emotional connection. Many families have inherited boxes of old coins, never suspecting that a dusty dime at the bottom could be worth thousands or even millions. The idea that a humble 10-cent piece could turn into a ticket to financial freedom is irresistible. This narrative, a coin that could make you rich overnight, isn't just marketing hype. It reflects real-world stories where rare dimes have fetched astonishing sums at auction. If you have any old U.S. dimes, especially those dated 1925 with a D mint mark, it's worth examining them carefully. Even coins in less than perfect condition can still be valuable because of their scarcity. Serious collectors and dealers are constantly on the lookout for these pieces, and the demand for authentic examples is strong. As the supply dwindles over time, each remaining coin grows even more precious, cementing its status as a true fortune in your pocket. The 1925 D Mercury 1 dime is far more than a tiny disc of silver. It is a symbol of history, artistry, and opportunity. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or simply someone curious about the change in your drawer, this coin's story reminds us that extraordinary treasures can hide in the most ordinary places. In today's active coin market, rare U.S. dimes like this aren't just collectibles. They're potential life changers, a testament to how a small slice of the past can shape your future fortune. Next up imagine holding in your hand a small, silver coin that has survived nearly a century of American history. This isn't just any coin. It's the legendary 1931 D Mercury dime, a piece collectors whisper about for its beauty, mystery, and staggering potential value. With its classic design, striking features, and a backstory filled with scarcity, this dime represents not only money but a slice of history that could change your financial future overnight. On the obverse side, you'll see Roosevelt facing left, a symbolic portrait of the 32nd President of the United States, who led America through the Great Depression and World War II. Above him shines the bold lettering Liberty, and just beneath his chin is the sacred motto, In God We Trust. This design captures the spirit of a resilient America, making each coin far more than just silver. It's a tribute to leadership, courage, and legacy. Flip the coin over, and the drama continues. Wings spread wide. An eagle stands proud atop a shaft of arrows with two olive sprays intertwining around it. A powerful mix of war and peace carved into metal. Around this striking image is the full legend, United States of America, and the coin's denomination 1 dime. This bold combination tells the story of a nation balancing strength with diplomacy. A design so iconic it stands as art in miniature. Adding to its beauty are the hidden symbols etched into the coin. Ahead of the motto, E pluribus unum, are 3 powerful emblems, an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch. Together they signify peace, liberty, and victory, values the country was desperately trying to hold on to during the difficult years of the early 1930s. This makes every 1931 D-dime not just a coin, but a coded message of hope and endurance. Now let's talk about rarity. The 1931 Mercury dime didn't roll off the presses in the massive numbers of other years. Minted in Denver during the depths of the Depression, its production was limited and survival rates even lower. Over time, countless examples were lost, melted, or spent into oblivion. Finding one today in any condition is tough. Finding one in sharp, original detail is like striking gold. Because of this scarcity, collectors treat the 1931 D-dime like a treasure from a lost world. In coin shops and auctions, whispers of its appearance send a jolt of excitement through the room. Even a moderately worn example can bring in hundreds of dollars. But a pristine, high-grade coin, especially one with full, crisp details and original luster, can soar into the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on the market. And here's where things get really electrifying. Some extremely rare varieties or error strikes from this era can command staggering prices. Coins with unusual minting quirks, double strikes, or misaligned dies can catapult the value of a 1931 Mercury dime into the realm of 5 or even 6 figures. For the lucky collector or casual finder, this small piece of silver could truly be a life-changing discovery. This is why numismatists often say, check your change, check your jars, check your piggy banks. You never know when a rare dime like this might be sitting unnoticed in a family collection or tucked away in an old envelope. The difference between an ordinary dime and a 1931 D can mean the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. In today's active coin market, rare USA coins, especially ones referred to as bicentennial or tied to symbolic milestones, have surged in popularity. Collectors from around the globe are searching for these small artifacts of American history. Demand is high, and supply is painfully low. That's why these coins are described as worth millions in sensational headlines. Because the right piece, at the right time, in the right condition, can spark fierce bidding wars and unimaginable returns. Imagine the moment of discovery, dusting off an old jewelry box, opening a forgotten coin album, or reaching into the back of a drawer and finding a small silver dime that glints differently in the light. Your heart skips a beat as you notice the date and mint mark, 1931 D. That tiny letter D under the date signals its Denver origin and instantly sets it apart. In that moment, you're no longer just holding a dime. You're holding a piece of America's hidden wealth, a relic that survived wars, recessions, and decades of change. This is the kind of story that collectors dream of telling, the kind of find that makes headlines and changes lives. The emotional pull of the 1931 Mercury dime also lies in its timeless design. This isn't a coin that looks dull or outdated. It looks regal and bold, even by modern standards. The delicate feathers of the eagle, the sharpness of the arrows, the softness of the olive branches, and the proud portrait of Roosevelt together create a masterpiece of miniature sculpture. Holding one feels like holding a piece of living history. Art you can touch, wealth you can pass down, and a story you can tell for generations. This is why collectors guard their finds so fiercely and why the 1931 D-dime is spoken of with such reverence. Finally, the financial impact can't be overstated. While some coins might only be worth a few dollars over face value, rare dimes like the 1931 D can appreciate exponentially over time, especially in today's global market where wealthy collectors from around the world compete for the best examples. What may look like just another dime, to the untrained eye can become a retirement fund, a college tuition, or even a life-changing windfall for the person lucky enough to own it. The 1931 D Mercury dime is proof that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting for the sharp-eyed, the curious, or simply the lucky to claim it. So, if you own any old dimes, or what some call bicentennial rare coins, don't dismiss them. Don't spin them. Don't toss them. Examine them closely, because you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. The 1931 D Mercury dime embodies everything collectors dream about: beauty, symbolism, and scarcity. It's more than just a piece of metal. It's a piece of history with the power to transform your future. That tiny coin in your hand could be the key to your very own fortune. Next up today, we're diving into the story of the 1941 silver coin that has survived nearly a century. A small silver coin with a gigantic reputation among collectors. It's the legendary 1931. Represents not just a piece of change collectors whisper about, but an artifact of American resilience and staggering potential value. Known as the classic design, it is beloved for its intricate design filled with symbolic details. This dime represents one of the most celebrated dimes of the 20th century that could change your financial future. Combined with the story behind its creation, has driven values to astonishing heights. A symbolic portrait of the 32nd president of the 1941, who led America through the Great Depression, mistakenly called the bicentennial. Above him shines the bold because it evokes a strong sense and just beneath his chin is the sacred motto, "In God We Trust." Designed by the master, this design captures the spirit of a resilient America. Its obverse features each coin far more than just silver, symbolizing freedom of leadership. A design so elegant that many confuse the coin over, Roman god, and the drama continues. Yet, on this version, you'll also notice the detailed proud atop a shaft of arrows arches with two olive sprays in God We Trust nestles to the side. A powerful mix of war 1941 carved into metal. Boldly around this striking image is the full legend, United States of America, with an equally denomination reverse design. An upright combination tells the story of rods bound around a shaft of arrows with diplomacy. Dominates the center. A design so iconic it stands as art around it. An adding to its beauty are the hidden symbols representing the coin. Ahead of the motto sits the nation's proud motto, Unum Pluribus Unum. Three powerful surrounding all this are the words United States of America and an oak branch, and one dime. Together, making it unmistakably American. Liberty. This intricate artwork is one of the reasons collectors desperately trying to hold on during the difficult years of the early 1930s. But why is the 1941? This makes every 1931 so special. D-dime. It isn't just the beauty of the design, but a coded message of hope, minted during the turmoil. Now let's talk about rarity. This coin carries the weight of an era when Americans were rallying behind ideals in the massive numbers of other years and victory. Minted in every line on the depths of the Depression, every leaf production was limited and survival rates even lower. Over time, reflects the nation's values were lost, at a pivotal moment. Melted. Holding one of these dimes is like holding one today in any conditions America. Finding freedom was under threat. Original detail is like striking gold. The real excitement for this scarcity lies in collectors treat the 1931 while millions of Mercury dimes like a treasure from a lost world. The 1941 in coin shops and high grades whispers of its appearance, extended jolt of excitement, uncirculated, or even a moderately worn example is far rarer in hundreds of dollars. Coins that survive decades without high-grade scratches. Especially one or where are treasures, crisp details, such pristine and originals can command incredible sums at auctions, or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on the numismatists. And here's where some of these coins have been reported to fetch some extremely rare varieties or error strikes, and in certain unique varieties command staggering prices. Adding to the coins with unusual minting quirks, misstruck, double strikes, double die, or misaligned dies can catapult the value of a Mercury dimes that accidentally left the Mercury dime into the realm of far from being undesirable. These for the lucky collector or casual tickets for collectors. This small piece of rare mint error on a coin like this can turn a seemingly ordinary dime is why into a jackpot worth many times check your change value. Check your jars. For people who unknowingly keep such coins in, you never know when a rare dime like this might be inherited unnoticed in a family collection can feel like striking oil in your backyard. The difference between an monetary dime and a 1941 D Mercury dime can mean the difference in emotional change. And it connects collectors to a time when Roosevelt was president. USA coins, war bonds were sold especially ones referred to as and Americans carried silver coins tied to symbolic milestones. This dime have surged in popularity of currency. Collectors from around the globe are searching for these small artifacts and a generation defined by demand is high and supply is painfully low. In that sense, that's why these coins are described as worth more than a collectible and sensational headlines. Because
here's
the
where the real
piece
thrill comes
at the
in.
right time.
Some of these
in the
dimes,
right condition,
especially
can
the
spark
finest
fierce
graded
bidding
examples
wars
and
or those with
unimaginable
rare
returns,
errors.
have been
Imagine
known
the
to sell
moment
for
of
huge
discovery,
sums,
dusting
sometimes
off an
tens
old
of
jewelry
thousands
box,
or more.
opening
In
the
the
forgotten
numismatic
coin
world,
album,
that's the
or
kind of
reaching into the
payday
back
that
of a
changes
drawer
lives.
and finding
When
a small
collectors talk
silver
about
dime that glints
bicentennial
differently in the
coins
light,
worth millions,
your heart skips
they're
a beat
capturing
as
the
you notice the
excitement
date
of what's
and mint
possible
mark
when a rare,
1931
high-quality coin
that
surfaces
tiny
on the
letter
market.
D
For
under
the
the
right
date
piece,
signals its
the
Denver
bidding can
origin
skyrocket
and
far
instantly
beyond what
sets it
most
apart.
people expect
in that
from
moment,
just a dime.
You're no longer
For anyone
just
listening
holding a dime
or watching today,
you're holding a piece
this is
of
your
America's
wake-up call.
hidden wealth.
Check your
a
coin
relic
collections,
that survived
old
wars,
jars,
recessions,
and inherited
and
boxes.
decades of change.
That dull-looking
This is the
silver
kind of
dime
story
from the early
that collectors
1940s
dream of telling,
could be far
the
more
kind of
valuable
find that makes
than its
headlines
10-cent
and
face
changes
value.
lives.
The emotional
pull of the
Mercury
dime
represents a collector's
dime
dream
also
because it's
lies
both
in its
historically
timeless
rich
design.
and financially
This isn't a coin
rewarding.
that looks dull
Even coins
or
in moderately
outdated.
worn
It looks
condition
regal
can hold
and
significant
bold,
value,
even by modern
but pristine
standards.
or
The
error
delicate
varieties
feathers
are
of
where
the eagle,
life-changing
the
amounts of
sharpness of
money
the
can
arrows,
emerge.
the
So the
softness
next
of
time
the
you hold a
olive
small
branches,
silver dime
and the
from
proud
the
portrait of
1940s,
Roosevelt
look
together
closer.
create a
Notice the winged
masterpiece of
liberty
miniature
on the front.
sculpture.
The
Holding
fasces
one
and
feels
olive
like
branch
holding
on
a
the back,
piece of living
and a tiny
history.
D,
Art
mint
you
mark
can touch,
signaling its
wealth you
Denver
can
origin.
pass down.
You might
and
just
a
be
story
holding
you
one
can
of the
tell for
rarest
generations.
treasures in your hand.
This is why
These
collectors
coins
guard
aren't
their
merely
finds
so
so
fiercely.
They're silent
and why the
witnesses to
1931
American history
D
and
dime is
symbols of
spoken
freedom,
with such reverence.
unity, and prosperity.
Finally, the financial
in the world
impact
of
can't be
numismatics,
overstated.
The 1941
While some coins might only be worth a
Mercury
few
dime
dollars
proves
over
that even
face
the
value,
smallest coin
rare
can
dimes
hold
like the
unimaginable
1931
worth
D
and maybe,
appreciate
just
exponentially
maybe,
over
change
time,
your fortune overnight.
especially in today's global market where wealthy collectors from around the world compete for the best examples. What may look like just another dime to the untrained eye can become a retirement fund, a college tuition, or even a life-changing windfall for the person lucky enough to own it. The 1931 D Mercury dime is proof that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting for the sharp-eyed, the curious, or simply the lucky to claim it. So, if you own any old dimes, or what some call bicentennial rare coins, don't dismiss them. Don't spend them. Don't toss them. Examine them closely, because you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. The 1931 D Mercury dime embodies everything collectors dream about: beauty, symbolism, and scarcity. It's more than just a piece of metal. It's a piece of history with the power to transform your future. That tiny coin in your hand could be the key to your very own fortune.